Hey, get excited, y'all. We sure are. Studio 512 is going back to its CW roots this morning with two mega stars from the channel. Rosie, OMG.
This is a big treat for us, Steph. So visiting Austin this week to promote their new whiskey are the Vampire Diaries, Ian Somerhalder and Paul Wesley of Brothers Bond Bourbon. Good morning, Ian and Paul.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And cheers.
Yeah, and a big cheers to you guys. Yeah, we're thrilled to have you here. Want to give you a shout out, which is the first thing I said to your PR folks. I don't know that you guys know this, if they passed that along, but you guys got me through quarantine. When everything locked down last year, I had never seen Vampire Diaries before. I had some time, obviously. So I hopped on Netflix and I got addicted. It is so good.
All 8 seasons?
I watched the majority of 5 seasons before work started to pick back up. I had a good long time of just unabated, like, Vampire Diaries time.
Well, don't let anyone ruin the finale for you, because there's
Okay.
a big ending that you should experience without the spoilers. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, I'll tell everybody to keep mum. I
Yeah,
know
and
you guys ended this
nobody
like 4
ruin
years
it for
ago.
me.
By the way, we finally we're quarantining. We get time to ourselves. What do? We work on our company, and we spend all of quarantine Zooming 12 hours a day.
Oh.
We meet either on the side of the road or one of our driveways, and we talk and we sign paperwork and we do all sorts of stuff, and then we split again, and then we're on Zooms again until 10 o'clock at night. It's really been bizarre. We spend every waking second together.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to you guys about your kind of interaction of your characters on the show, which I would call fraught. Loyal,
fraught
ultimately?
relationship.
Fraught relationship. It definitely takes a lot of bourbon as a buffer.
And it comes up. You guys do drink a fair amount of whiskey on that show.
Yeah.
The brothers went from enemies to partners in crime to punching each other in the face to hugging each other and crying. I mean, we've
To
been
stabbing
through
each other.
Yeah.
So like
A lot of iterations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a metaphor for our relationship.
How does real life compare to what we saw on television?
in 11 years, we've never been in an argument. I mean, maybe trying to block out a scene or something when you're exhausted or you're, hurting or in a bad mood or something, but we never take it out on each other.
Yeah,
Always...
we internalize our frustration.
And then you drink them. Yes.
We were.
Oh, you have our glass too. You've got our
Yeah,
I'm feeling special right now. And I feel like a bit of a lady in waiting because I do want to start watching the show. Rosie talks about it all the time. And obviously you guys have some super fans, but I'm kind of here for the party as well because I want to get into the whiskey. I want to talk a little bit about this. Ian, I want to just throw this one over at you while I make a little pour. Can you tell us all about, the whiskey y'all are releasing? We've kind of touched on it here and there, how you came up with the idea. And I want to know a little bit about the blend because I am actually kind of a secret whiskey girl. So tell me the goods here, my friend.
We're not going to be able to get anything over on our call.
This is true. Try me.
The brothers bonded on screen over bourbon. Paul and I bonded off screen over bourbon. Paul and I talk about this all the time. This is the single most authentic thing we could have ever done, and the meaning behind this, right? Like the bond, the brothers. And it was really an amazing way to get something really smooth and approachable immediately right into this bottle. Out of this bottle, and you can smell it. This like baked banana bread.
It does smell very nice.
It's a 4-grain mash, and Ian and I blended this together. And it's the thing is, a lot of brands out there have quote unquote ambassadors, right? They go in, they slap their names on a bottle, and the product already exists. Everything you see here, the bottle, the label, the name, and the juice inside was created by Ian and myself. And so this is a real passion project, and our team, right? It's a real passion project, and we're really proud of it. Right.
So walk us through a little bit more of maybe what we're tasting when I take a sip, and then also a couple of ways you like to drink it because it's still kind of early over here in Austin right now. So I'm hoping one of the ways is pouring it in your coffee.
We needed immediate approachability right out of the bottle, meaning you're a Gen Z gal or guy or a millennial or even my 80-year-old dad or my 70-year-old mom. Pour this out of the bottle and drink it neat. It's that nuanced. But
the 21 and over Gen Zs.
The 21 and over Gen Z.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call.
we hit the tail end of that Gen Z generation. But what we needed to accomplish, which it has to be nuanced enough. It has to have enough flavor and a profile to it that is exquisite and balanced for the avid bourbon drinker, for us, for people who know bourbon. Those two things are quite difficult to accomplish. We feel that we got that, and it holds up neat. Ice is the way we typically
we drink it on ice. Yeah.
Okay.
Should we do a little virtual toast?
Before you taste it, just as it goes over your tongue, you're going to get what we call, it's basically an equal sensory proportion, which is what we were working on. So all those grains are expressed over your palate, but in total harmony. We're not trying to sound too kumbaya about it. That's literally it. And then you're going to feel this warm kick on the bottom or on the back of your tongue. That's sweet. Try this. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. You're absolutely correct. That's a great descriptor. And I hear it keeps you looking young too. Maybe preserves you like a vampire. That's what I'm hoping for at least.
Anti-aging serum in it. No, I'm kidding.
Love.
That would be a pretty good sell though, especially for those of us who are getting into the upper years when we're drinking this bourbon. But you're right in that, like, I can tell that it is something that would apply to a lot of different groups, but still have complexity that people would really like. What I wanted to do was talk a little bit about the business too, because I know you guys have been pouring your heart and soul into it. Ian, it was actually a really sweet Instagram post that I saw from you in the last couple of weeks, kind of shouting out your wife, Nikki, and about how this business wouldn't be possible without her. So I just wanted to give you guys a moment this morning to talk about the people you're grateful for kind of on this journey along the way.
Paul and I talk about this a great deal, and being here in Austin, Paul and I look at each other 20 times a day, and we have to pinch ourselves and we say, we cannot believe the team of people that we have. Yeah. Our CEO, Vincent Hanna, built a team around us that has built this company into what it is at breakneck speed, right? You have to, we have who's sitting right here, Tess Michelis, who's our guru marketing captain, who's built this out with her team. Basically, Paul, we have ideas, and then they digitally build it, but it's not just a digital build. It's an entire world and ethos where every single thing means something, right? The tree, the brothers, the organic, canopy over them, protecting them, but, putting them back to backs where they have a perspective and they have safety, and it's, all the grains are inside of the tree, which make up this beautiful bourbon, and the spirit, and, the birds flying and signifies freedom, and, every single thing here means something. And we're ticking all those boxes of, everything's either recycled or dyes or vegetable. Everything is, up and down the supply chain. We spend incredible amounts of time,
and we have a great support system, at home, and that's for sure. And so that's super important too, right? When you're, pursuing a big endeavor and you're putting so much time and effort into something, you need to have that. So that's for sure.
The support system at home is undoubtedly immense, and it takes great sacrifice for your family as well. Our wives definitely pay dearly for the amount of work, and then Nick and I also have a little munchkin, so that adds another whole incredible layer of complexity. I mean, great complexity, but so
I got a munchkin too.
You do have a munchkin, yeah.
It's just in the form of a little.
Yeah, not little. He's 75 pounds.
He's a year and a half that I got in the beginning of quarantine, and he's my munchkin. So,
yeah, and he jumps on his Uncle Ian and sits on my chest.
No,
it's a lap dog.
Cheers to your whole support team, your family, your munchkins, your wives, all the goods. I know it takes a village and then some. So y'all have put together a great product here. But we do want to talk a little bit about where you're at right now. You're right here in Austin, close enough where we can have a virtual cheers, maybe yell down the street at you. Paul, I'm going to come at you with this one. We know you've got a busy agenda, but we have to know, what are you doing in Austin? What's been sort of some of the highlights, favorite places to eat? What's going on while you're here?
Boy, I'll tell you. Well, I have been coming to Austin, Ian and myself. I'll speak for myself first. I've gone to ACL multiple times. I had a film at South by Southwest. I shot a little movie here. I have friends that live here. It's one of my favorite cities in all of America. It is changing every day for the better. And every time I come here, I'm just blown away by, you know, the progress. And so, you know, we actually spent yesterday, you know, visiting various establishments that carry Brothers Bond. So we went to some really incredible bars. We had such a great time, and just visited all the local, you know, bartenders and managers and the staff, and, you know, all the people that were kind of like, you know, really selling our product. And we wanted to kind of, I guess, A, get to know them as people, but B, you know, show them how passionate we were about it. So anyway, that was a blast. I mean, we had, yeah, we went, I mean, we had like a killer dinner 2 nights ago at this new Greek spot that, you know, every week a new restaurant's opening up. So, you know, I mean, it's been a real blast. And of course I had, I'm vegetarian, I'm vegan, but I had some killer vegan tacos yesterday, because, you know, you guys got those trucks,
Yes.
taco trucks. So I smashed some, like, you know, avocado and vegan tacos that were just phenomenal. So yeah. So we, you know, it's just, that's the culture. You know, you go to a really nice restaurant, and then you go to a food truck. You know, that's what's awesome. That's authentically Austin.
You know, also too, getting to go into the stores, you know, walking into the stores that are carrying this bourbon, you know, our soul is literally in this bottle. Paul always makes fun of me for saying that, but it's true. I mean, we joke about it, but
yeah, we have such support.
The support.
It's a good tasting soul.
Yeah, right. It's but you know, we walked into a Twin Liquor store, and there is a 1,200 bottle wall display of bourbon.
And we did a really fun thing that I thought I'd mention. We signed a bunch of bottles and throughout the store.
Cool.
Like little Easter eggs. Go on a hunt.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
I didn't post that.
You didn't post it. So at Twin Liquors, I believe it's on, what street is that? We did it in 2 different stores.
The one by UT, which is
that one,
something
Hancock
Center or something.
And then the other one is
I'm impressed you're even trying, quite frankly.
You've been up for days.
Yeah.
So what we did was in these, you know, stores, we by the way, we didn't sign like 10 bottles.
We signed like 40, yeah, and
maybe
just hit them throughout the store, so it'd be fun little Easter eggs for people to find.
Yeah. And they are, and obviously we cleared it with the management of the stores, because we did have to go in, and you know, it's like they might even be in the humidors, maybe. Like they're everywhere. You might find one in the bathroom. You might find one next to like $100.
It's not in just the display. You need to be looking around. You need to be doing some. Okay. I love this. Well, our viewers are going to get to hear some cool stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm gonna have to ask you to meet up later and sign my bottle, because I'm feeling a little left out here.
Make it 41.
So, yeah, maybe we can actually catch a drink together. And of course, we would love to invite you on the show anytime you guys are back in town. So hopefully you guys are back around soon. And if you need any suggestions, ask us, because we've got your, you know, Austin connection over here on Studio 512. But a huge cheers, you guys. I'm actually really digging this bourbon, and I don't have to say that on TV. My boss has said, so it is good. It's really, really good.
And guys, we just wanted to tell everybody we're going to have a full list. So I'm glad you guys mentioned Twin Liquors, but we're going to have a full list of everywhere here locally that we can find your Brothers Bond bourbon. That's going to be on our website. So Paul and Ian, we do want to say the official final cheers. Thanks for stopping by virtually, and we hope to see you in person sometime soon. Okay.
Thank you guys so much for having us.
Cheers, Austin. Cheers, little brother.
Cheers, buddy.